On. Good morning. Good morning. We are getting ready to begin our ceremony. So we will ask for everybody to silence their phones, if possible, please, to make sure that we don't disturb the ceremony. Because of the new venue and the egress issues, we would ask that people do not come down to the stage to take pictures of your loved ones. We have hired a photographer who will be able to take pictures of your loved ones, so please, 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 because we're gonna have a lot of traffic in this way, do not stand into the aisle to take pictures. Please stand and remain standing for the processional.
Good morning. Please remain standing for the posting of the colors, the national anthem, and lift every voice and sing. Please be seated. Chancellor Dixon, with your permission, I declare our 169th commencement convocation open. Chancellor Dixon, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, these are our honorees. Please join us in saluting them. Pastor Anthony Farabee, Senior Site Pastor from the Mount Elizabeth City, North Carolina, will now come forward to deliver the invocation.
Good morning. Let us pray. Eternal and all-wise knowing Father, we are indebted to you for life. Thank you for the lessons that we've learned, the love that has been lingered and now the legacy that has been left. We beseech your presence now in these moments. Owners, but has been to share in the matriculation of these students in whom now graduate. God, we say thank you. We thank you, Father, for family. We thank you for faculty. We thank you for friends. We thank you for a fellowship that has been mingled, and now those that will be ours in remembering. We pray now, Father, that you would be with us in this moment, but also in the moments of miles that will come hereafter. We bless you, we praise you, and we honor you. In the name of he who orders all of our steps, we do pray. Viking pride. Viking pride. Viking pride.
Amen. Good morning. Okay, y'all can do a little better than that. We are here to celebrate. Good morning. I am so honored to be here to celebrate our Viking graduates this morning. Let's give them a hand. To our distinguished platform guests, faculty, staff, students, families, friends, and our Viking graduates. Welcome to Elizabeth City State University's 169th Commencement Convocation. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Ms. Jan King Robinson, Chair of the Elizabeth City State University Board of Trustees, who will extend the welcome. She will be followed with greetings from the Honorable Betty J. Parker, Mayor, City of Elizabeth City. Also, Mr. Jeff Dixon, Chairman of the Pasquotank County Commissioner's Office, and Mr. Emmanuel Butts, our student body president here at Elizabeth City State University. Thank you.
Good morning. And to all of our dedicated family, I ask the Board of Trustees to stand on behalf of this wonderful Board of Trustees to welcome you to this moment in time and to say congratulations on behalf of the Elizabeth City State University Board of Trustees. I'm going to ask you graduates if you can just take a leap of faith right now and just stand up for me. And I'm going to ask you to turn around. And I'm going to ask you in your loudest and most voracious self to applaud your family, your friends, your faculty and staff. Thank you. Thank you. Because we know you would not be here without that support, that love of all of those who are here and could not be here. I would just like to take a moment to say one message to you, and that is to stay curious. We get a chance sometimes to step before graduates, and it makes some of us think back and reflect what we were thinking at this time so many years ago. And often it is, well, gosh, I hope they're not going to be long-winded. Where are my parents going to take me for lunch? But my message is very short. It's simple, but it's challenging, and that is to stay curious. I ask you to continue to step out into life and be curious about the things, the way they are, why some people think the way they do, and what you can learn from different ways of thinking and being in the world. This is a lifetime journey and a lifetime endeavor. Ask yourselves questions of self-examination. It not only cultivates inner wisdom, but most importantly, self-compassion, something that all of us need more of. Self-inquiry will help you build the healthiest of relationships, the most honest ones, by letting go of preconceived ideas about yourself and other people. So I invite you to intentionally keep stepping out of your comfort zone. Stay curious and explore. Get to know the people and places you've never encountered before. This takes some courage and persistence, which you've already evidenced because it took courage and persistence to be sitting right where you are today. Be confident, but also be humble. And to quote Jeff Foster, author, our relationship with ourselves and others offer the opportunity to make us profoundly conscious. They will break us, humble us, and thank goodness, make us whole again. Never underestimate the importance of building good relationships, first with yourself, in your personal life, and at work. So there really are no formulas for being successful. We all want to live our best lives, and depending upon any given day, our best life will be relative to the circumstances we find ourselves in. You figured out so far, you're going to figure it out for the rest of your lives. And it is the figuring it out, is the intentionally taking time for self-inquiry and self-reflection. So from time to time, you might ask yourself, good. How can I get right? How can I help one person and do something generous with my time? And what questions, most importantly, am I not asking myself? So Vikings, be confident, but also be humble, and most importantly, trust in God in all things. Congratulations.
Good morning. As the mayor of Elizabeth City, I bring greetings on behalf of the city of Elizabeth City, and I warmly welcome all parents, friends, and visitors to the Harbor of Hospitality. Graduates, you are about to walk out the doors of this fine institution into a world of uncertainties, where there will be many doors opening and closing as you journey through life that will surely contain some ups and downs. But just remember, life itself is a walk, and each day we take steps. You will constantly be called to a new time, a new assignment, and a new work. Your preparation here at Elizabeth City State University is only a microcosm of what the future holds for each and every one of you. So, no matter where you go after leaving here, there will be one person forever in your life, and that is you. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The ultimate measure of a man or woman is not where he or she stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, but where he or she stands at times of challenge and controversy." Therefore, I say to you, it will be a good thing to every now and then take a look in the mirror at the man or woman in the mirror and say to him or her, "Self, I have to live with you, and so I want to be fit for myself to know. I want to be able, as days go by, always to look myself straight in the eye. I don't want to stand with the setting sun and hate myself for things I've done. I want to go out with my head erect. I want to deserve all men's respect. For here in struggle for fame and self, I want to be able to like myself. I don't want to look at myself and know I'm a bluster, a bluff, and an empty show. I never can hide myself from me. I see what others may never see. I know what others may never know. I never can fool myself. And so, whatever happens, I want to be self-respecting and conscience-free. Thank you, and may God bless you with a fruitful and rewarding life.
Good morning, soon-to-be graduates and parents and grandparents. Good morning, faculty and staff members. Good morning, Chancellor Dixon and the Board of Trustees and special invited guests. I'm very honored to be here this morning and to bring greetings on behalf of the Pasco County Board of Commissioners and the 40-some thousand plus citizens of our great county. We love this university and always share the Viking pride with others in having this great university in our county. And for you, the students that are graduating today, thank you for sharing 4 years of your life with us. While you were here, you truly made an impact on our county through volunteerism, through internship, character build, and mentoring our nonprofits in our county. As you all enter the next phase of your life, we hope you will remember Pasco County, return as alumni, and continue to build relationships long after you graduate today. God bless you all, and I hope all y'all will have a memorial graduation ceremony today. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm here to bring the excitement. Y'all all right? I know it's a little warm, but all right. All right, so greetings, Chancellor Dixon, faculty and staff, Board of Trustees, Congressman Mark Walker, family and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2019. Yeah. So I bring greetings on behalf of the student body. So first I'd like to say congratulations to each and every one of you. I'm not gonna do the applause here, we're gonna do that later. All right, so as you leave this great university, I just want to leave you with a quote that I think about often. It's success is not final and failure is not fatal. And so that's by Winston Churchill. And I've taken a lot of L's here in my time at ECSU. Like every year it seems like I took an L, but it's all right. So in my time in college as a student, in ROTC as a soldier, and just being a young man growing up in college, I've had several conversations with successful people, and two things always remain. The first thing is to always keep God first. And the second thing is that the L's are always detours to your destiny. So I say embrace the L's, be resilient, because it's not the L that matters, but what you do after the L. So congratulations, and Viking pride, Viking pride, Viking pride.
All right, Viking pride. At this time, we will be favored with a musical selection, Hold Fast to Dreams, composed by Roland Carter and written by poet Langston Hughes. The University Choir will be accompanied by Mr. Alan Wu. Thank you, Dr. Walter Swan and our university choir. Let's give them another hand. At this time, it is my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this morning. Last year during the summer, I traveled to Durham, North Carolina to attend the North Carolina Legislative Black Caucus Foundation's annual scholarship dinner, where I had the pleasure of hearing from their keynote speaker at the time. I am very thankful to have that same speaker with us today. After 16 years of serving as a pastor, Mark Walker followed a new calling and launched an improbable bid for Congress. With no political pedigree or capital, he built a grassroots campaign that centered on a simple idea: people over politics. By God's grace, Walker was successful with a positive campaign focusing on hope, opportunity, and solutions to represent North Carolina. Walker was sworn in January 2015 and immediately became an acclaimed leader on Capitol Hill. With the background of serving in our nation's larger inner cities hosting music and sports camps for underprivileged communities, Congressman Walker has a passion to make a difference and a heart for all communities. He is a champion for opportunities for children and has ushered policies that improve veterans' care and services, closing hundreds of cases throughout our state. He is recognized as a bridge builder and has worked hard to pass tax reform, anti-human trafficking bills, criminal justice reform, and measures to build back our military. Congressman Walker is a recognized advocate for North Carolina's HBCUs. His wife, Kelly, who's here with us today, is a two-time graduate of Winston-Salem State University and has found success as a nurse practitioner in part to the strong education she received. He is a member of the bipartisan HBCU Congressional Caucus and helped create the first bipartisan HBCU internship program, providing paid internships for HBCU students in North Carolina. Along with Congresswoman Alma Adams, he is also the co-author of the Future Act. And let's give him a hand about that. It just passed this week. And the Future Act is legislation that was reauthorized HBCU funding from the Higher Education Act. Please join me in giving a warm Viking welcome to a true champion of HBCUs, the U.S. Representative for North Carolina's 6th District, Congressman Mark Walker.
Thank you. I guess I just need to say amen and go sit back down after that introduction. Thank you, Dr. Dixon. I will tell you, from here all the way to the halls of Washington, D.C., your Chancellor, Dr. Kerry Dixon, is making waves. I just want to say thank you for the great work you're doing here as well. My wife, as you heard, is a two-time graduate. She's a Ram. I represent the Aggies, so around football season, it gets a little difficult on a particular Saturday in our house, but we work on that, work through some of that. I will say, I want to thank Pastor Farabee, that the other guy wearing the suit, I don't think those robes are breathing too much right now, so I'm glad you got a suit and got my back on back here. But anyway, I want to talk about just a few things with you today, especially graduates, and really it applies to all of us here today. 3 things I want you to think about today, and I'm going to break them down and unpack them just a little bit for about 10 minutes here. I want you to reflect on the past, I want you to celebrate the present, and I want you to prepare for the future. So let's get into that just a little bit. First of all, I want you to think about reflecting on the past. Take a minute, even right now, reflect on the past. How did you get here? What people contributed to you being here? What were the opportunities that were provided? If I was to ask everyone, whether it's the balcony or the ground floor, even on stage, to think back in your past and reflecting on it, what was the highlight of your life so far? If I was to ask you that, what would it be as you think about right now? What was that moment? The highlight, something that was so impactful to your life that maybe it was life-changing. But I could also ask, what's the low point? What's a place in your life that was so painful, that was so hurtful? What are those moments that define you? Do you take a moment to reflect on those things? I've had some wonderful opportunities in the 5 years that I have served in Congress, and certainly doing some work with HBCUs, but probably one of the highlights is getting invited and walking across the bridge there in Selma with my friend John Lewis. What moments are those that we have in this life to reflect on the past? But as you do reflect on the past, let me also caution you or give you a word of wisdom, if I could please, this morning, is don't get stuck in the past. Many times, even good things or even difficult things, we reflect on them to the place that it begins to hold us back as far as moving forward sometimes. I can even remember in high school, we had a chance to win a state championship, and we did, and that was more years ago than I wish to add up, 34, I think now, 30, 33. But there are some times when we go back, I look at some of my friends and wish them well, but that's still the moment in their life that defined them. There are some other friends that I've seen have gone through tragic situations, and the heartbreak was so heavy that at times it weighed you down to the place that you did not continue to fulfill the very specific giftedness or calling that God has put on your life. Reflect on the past, but don't let it hold you back. Not only reflect on the past, but also take the time to celebrate the present. My wife has to remind me of this because I'm always looking at what's next. It's okay to take a few minutes specifically today and celebrate the present, is it not? Think about the friendships you've made. Think about the relationships that you've made. Think about the investment that has been made by a lot of these people sitting behind you. It's okay to celebrate the present today. There's been so much hard work in this. It's okay to stop and smell the roses. Take a moment to do that. Reflect on the blessings in your life that allowed you to accomplish something incredible today. Don't be afraid. Not only reflect on the past, but also to celebrate the present. Think about it. Think about the people in your life that have put you in this place to go and do something amazing. Celebrate this moment today. Catch your breath for just a second and reflect on so much that has defined where you are today. But not only do I want you to celebrate the present, and this is where I want to spend the bulk of my time today. Reflect on the past, celebrate the present, but begin to prepare for the future. This very day, prepare for the future. ECSU has done their part. They've made the investment, okay? You guys are walking out of here with this esteemed degree. You're ready to move forward. But it's your turn. It's your time to take up the ball and run down the field with it. Today, I cannot promise you very much. I cannot promise you fame. I cannot promise you fortune. I can't promise you a good life. The only thing that I can guarantee that you will face in the days ahead is one thing, and that's adversity. That's it. That's the only thing that I can promise you. How are you going to handle that adversity? Are you thinking about it already? Are you preparing that? Listen, there's going to be people in your life that tell you that you're not good enough. You didn't come from the right side of the tracks. You didn't go to the right school. You didn't know the right people. You don't have the connections in Raleigh. You don't have the connections in D.C. Whatever it might be, there's going to be people in your life that tell you that you can't accomplish what you believe in your heart that you were designed and created to accomplish. You don't have to listen to that. Are you preparing for that adversity today? Are you preparing for people to say, no, you can't, knowing in your heart that yes, you can? Are you preparing for that adversity today? Listen. When you move forward in life, and maybe this is the former pastor in me a little bit coming out. I guess that's okay here at Elizabeth City State University. All right, fair enough. But let me say this, all right? I am convinced that sometimes God can't use you to your fullest until you've been completely broken. Can I tell you that today? All right? Some of you may be going through some of that now. Some of that may be planned in the days ahead. But if you're preparing, if you're ready to embrace that adversity, you're going to be able to walk through it. Listen, what's the toughest kind of adversity sometimes people ask me? Over the years in ministry or maybe in politics, as Congress, or just life in general, and maybe some of you would agree with this, the toughest type of adversity that you'll ever face is the ability to forgive. Okay? Because there's going to be people in your life that do some things that are unfair, unjust, and may I dare even say ungodly to you in your life the days ahead. How are you going to handle that? Are you going to be able to find a place that you're able to give it back and keep marching on? Are you going to let that pull you down and shrink you and miss God's very best for your life? You don't have to do that, but let me tell you, it takes discipline to forgive. I remember being invited to Charleston, South Carolina about 3.5 years ago, to the memorial service for those victims of an act of terror and hate at Mother Emanuel Church. I don't know that I have seen a more humanly display of forgiveness than what I saw by those remaining parishioners at Mother Emanuel. I'm a former pastor. I don't know that I could get there. But what they displayed and what they showed is they were not going to be defined by an act of hate because they still had life to live. So when life throws us such dysfunction, or when life throws us such a curveball, how do you process that? I remember I had a chance to play quarterback in high school, and the coach, I don't even know if they use this drill anymore. It may not be politically correct anymore. I don't know. But it was called Bull in the Ring, all right? Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Now, I didn't know why, as the quarterback, I needed to mix it up like that, but evidently there was some moral value the coach was trying to get through to me. But they would put you in a circle, right? And you would have the ball, and the coach would call one of the numbers, number 22. So you'd get your center of gravity. When you'd be 22, you'd kind of hit full speed, your shoulder pads. 44 over here. 67. In your mind, you're thinking 67 was this way. 67 wasn't that way. It was this way. And some of you guys that know football or play, if you can't get turned around and you get hit right in that ear hole, it will ring your bell, all right? Now, what does that have to do with this? Well, here's my point. When we expect or we see something coming that's going to be tough, we kind of have a moment to embrace it, you know what I'm saying? But when it hits you blindside, oh, that's a whole different ballgame, especially when it comes from inside the camp. Sometimes when it comes from friends or family, you're not expecting it from that direction, and that will take you off your feet. But how are you going to bounce back from that? You're going to carry that for the rest of your life? I have seen, even doing funerals, that family members on one side, family members on the other, something even little, but they carried it for 40, 50 years. Think about the wasted space and the wasted life. So I tell you today, as you begin to prepare for the future, be ready to forgive. Be ready to let it go, because the other person, they're not thinking about what they've done to you. They're moving on, so you might as well move on forward as well. Did you hear me this morning? As I wrap up my thoughts today, don't put limitations, don't put margins on what you're able to accomplish the very way that you were created. Sometimes we define ourselves, put our own ceiling on our own limitations. Don't do that. You can move forward. It was now this was probably when you were in middle school. I'm thinking right now, was it Kelly Clarkson who said, what doesn't kill you makes you? Some of you listen to that stuff. Listen, here's the point I'm making. T.D. Jakes said it best. Is it going to make you bitter, or is it going to make you better? Strive to be better this morning. That's the goal here as you prepare for the future. In wrapping up, let me say something just that I carry with me, kind of in my phone, used to be in my wallet. It's kind of faded at this point. It says, I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress, and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the busyness of little minds to shrink, but whose heart is firm and whose conscience supports his or her conduct will pursue their principles until death. That's what I want to leave with you this morning as you begin to move forward on this special day. Reflect on the past, celebrate the present, and may God give you the strength to prepare for the future. God bless you today. Thanks for letting me have a few minutes with you this morning. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Congressman Walker. On behalf of Elizabeth City State University, we would like to present you with a plaque and a special gift to commemorate your time with us this morning. And we thank you so much for those inspirational words. And you are officially a Viking.
All right. I'll take it. Thank you. Oh, wow. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're packing it on.
Merry Christmas early.
And we'll get you to practice the Viking Pride too. We'll get you ready. All right. So each year we have representation from our stakeholders joining us as we congratulate and celebrate our graduates. I would like to acknowledge persons joining us today. Please stand when I acknowledge you. ECSU Board of Trustees, please stand. Thank you for being here. ECSU Trustee Emeriti, if you're here, please stand. ECSU Foundation Board members, please stand where you are. The National Alumni Association officers and directors, please stand. ECSU Professors Emeriti, please stand. ECSU Retirees Association, please stand. Commander, now soon to be Captain, Warren Judge, and other representatives from branches of the military, please stand wherever you are. Mr. Donavo Robinson, Chair of the Elizabeth City Pasquotank Public School Systems Board of Education and husband of Trustee Chair Jan King Robinson, please stand. Mr. Robinson. Oh, there you are. There you are. Will Miss Kelly Walker, wife of Congressman Mark Walker, please stand? Also, Jack and Casey Minor, guest of Congressman Walker, please stand. Our first gentleman, D.V. Dixon, and our first daughters, Cameron and Corinne, please stand. Thank you all for joining us today. We will have at this time Lieutenant Patton join us on behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Anthony. Lieutenant Patton, please come to the podium to deliver the oath of office to our newest ROTC officers.
All right, can I get our newest officers to join me on stage? Thank you. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Whitney Wright,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution
to support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Chancellor Dixon, we now recommend the following candidate for their graduate degree. Chancellor Dixon, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidate here assembled has qualified in all aspects for her degree by successfully completing the curricula offered by the graduate program in mathematics at Elizabeth City State University. Will the candidate for the Master of Science in Mathematics please stand and remain standing? Chancellor Dixon, it is with pleasure that I present to you this candidate who has completed all of the requirements for graduation. She has been certified by the registrar and has received an affirmative vote of the faculty to be awarded the master's degree in mathematics. I now recommend her to you for the conferral of her degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the University of North Carolina Board of Governors and the Elizabeth City State University Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified with all honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. We will also present a special medallion to our graduate who has successfully completed her master's degree.
Shawnetta Leggett. Will the candidate for the Master of Science in Mathematics please proceed to the stage to receive your degree? Shawnetta Leggett. Congratulations. Please be seated. Baccalaureate degrees will now be conferred. Chancellor Dixon, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for their degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the academic departments at Elizabeth City State University. They have been recommended by their department chairs, approved by the Honors Council where apropos, certified by the registrar, and have received an affirmative vote of the faculty to be awarded the degrees, the Bachelor of Science in Education, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Arts, and the Bachelor of Social Work. At this time, I am pleased to begin the conferment of the undergraduate degrees by presenting the bearer of the mace. Chancellor Dixon, it is my pleasure, most distinct indeed, to inform you that the official bearer of the mace is Jamar Quantel Harrell, BS, Business Administration, concentration, Economic and Finance. Will the bearer of the mace, Jamar Quantel Harrell, please come forward for the conferment of your degree? Chancellor Dixon, I am pleased to present the bearer of the mace, Jamar Quintel Harrell, who has earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.68.
Bearer of the mace, Jamal Quantel Harrell, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the University of North Carolina Board of Governors and the Elizabeth City State University Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified with all honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Trustee Jan King Robinson, Chair of ECSU Board of Trustees, will now hood you. Congratulations once again. Don't go anywhere. Congratulations once again.
Chancellor Dixon, before we proceed with the conferment of the degrees, I am honored to have the opportunity to recognize those seniors who are graduating with highest honors, summa cum laude, having achieved by their diligence a cumulative grade point average of 3.8 to 4.0. Will the graduates graduating summa cum laude please stand and remain standing? Will those seniors who are graduating with high honors, magna cum laude, with grade point average of 3.6 to 3.79, please stand and remain standing? Will those seniors graduating with cum laude honors, with a grade point average of 3.25 to 3.59, please stand and remain standing? Please join me in congratulating these students on their accomplishments. You may be seated.
I am pleased to acknowledge all the summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude graduates. I commend you for having achieved the excellence required by a highly rigorous curriculum. I encourage you to continue to excel, and we do wish you continued success. Thank you.
Chancellor Dixon, I am pleased now to present candidates for their respective degrees. Chancellor Dixon, on the recommendation of their department chairs, certified by the registrar and by an affirmative vote of the faculty, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Education, the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Social Work. Please stand.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the University of North Carolina Board of Governors and the Elizabeth City State University Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
I am pleased to present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Education. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Social Work please be seated? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Education please come forward to receive your degree? Kiesha Hagans. Brittany Lassiter. Allison McCara. Tipanya Sanderlin. Christy Thompson. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand? I am pleased to present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree. Candidates, please come forward to receive your degree. Michael Barnes. Asia Bradley. Kayla Brown. Gregory Bryan. Anthony Fisher. Brandon Flint. Jeffrey Flowers. Braxton Forbes Epps. Matthew Frederick.
I'm not dancing.
Tiffany Blackman. Lenautica Hardy. Kiana Harris. Macca Cooper. Alexis Hendricks. Charles Hockaday Jr. Padraic Hohenstein. Hugh Wynn. Brianna Leary. Mark Mahalski. Ashley Moorings. Lennox Pointer. Carmen Raspberry. Paula Rollerson. Brianna Riddick. Brianna Roundtree. Penelope Royal. Donovan Silver. Jeffrey Smith. Amar Spencer. Malachi Staten. Amy Walsh. James Wester. Darius White. Brittany Wiley. LaQuisha Williams. Aaron Woodley. Dion Yarborough. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the Bachelor's of Arts degrees please stand? I am pleased to present candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree. Please come forward to receive your degrees.
David Allen. Shantae Artis. Rebecca Ayers. Ventanya Belcher. Bianca Chambers. Christopher Cofield. Dewan Green. Beverly Hockaday. Courtney Ramsey. Eric Sieben. Waynetta Shabazz. Samantha Smith. Deja Thornton. Mark Westerman. Whitney Wright.
Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Social Work degree please stand? I am pleased to present candidates for the Bachelor of Social Work degree. Please come forward to receive your degree.
Kiara Dickens. Sharkita Green. Laurie Parrott. Andrea Sneed.
Congratulations. Please be seated. This concludes the conferral of degrees upon the candidates comprising the fall graduating class of 2019. Now, would all of the baccalaureate graduates please stand? Please symbolize the attainment of your degrees by turning your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. Please be seated.
To the fall 2019 graduates, on behalf of the entire university community, I extend sincere congratulations to each of you for achieving this milestone in your lives. At this time, I would also like to recognize our honor marshals. Honor marshals are the highest ranking students academically from the freshman, sophomore, and junior classes. These students were invited today as honor marshals. Will the honor marshals please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Also at this time, I would like to recognize and thank ECSU Commencement Committee and applaud the ECSU Choir under the direction of Dr. Walter Swan for helping make today a memorable occasion. At this time, I welcome to the podium Ms. Micah Wright, President of the senior class, to deliver farewell remarks.
Good morning, Chancellor Dixon, Board of Trustees, platform guests, family, alumni, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2019. Graduates, I won't talk long because I know everyone is anxious to go ahead and start celebrating, but I just want to say a few words to leave a piece of me with you all. One of my favorite rappers has a song. Every graduate here today is unique in their own way, but regardless of your race, your age, your gender, your sexuality, or your religion, one thing that ties us all together, and not just us sitting here, but everyone around the world, is our struggles. The trials, the tribulations, and the adversities that we face every day. I'm only 21 years old. I haven't even lived half of my life yet, and most people would say that I'm still a child, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. My father left when I was young, so I grew up with a mom who was raising 3 kids on her own. We lived in the hood, and sometimes the lights or the water got shut off. Some nights we went to bed hungry, and there were other days we didn't have beds to sleep in at all. I didn't always rock the hottest clothes or shoes. I was bullied and teased, and I wrestled a lot with anxiety. By middle school, my brother was snatched away by the prison system before he had even hit puberty. I lost some friends and some family members way too soon. I got my heart broken thinking that I knew what love was and fell into a depression so deep that I know for a fact it was God who delivered me from. But my struggles aren't what make me unique, they're what make me human. And when I look back on those times, I don't see the ugliness of the situation, I remember the beauty. I remember having a mother who was always praying. I remember the best games of hide and seek because the lights were already off anyways. I remember mud pies and camping inside. I remember the real friends that I made. And my brother Colette calling to ask me about my day. I remember loving and being loved, and the overwhelming feeling of finally understanding who God was. But you wouldn't know that kind of stuff from looking at me. You can't tell what I've been through in my walk or my talk, and you don't know what hardships I'm still facing when I smile. Just like you don't know my struggles from looking at me, I don't know your struggles from looking at you. I don't know what battles you've had to fight and the scars you've gotten from them. I don't know your fears or your regrets or the things that keep you up at night. I don't know how long it took you to get here or what you've sacrificed. But what I do know is that at this moment, right here, right now, you have made it. Whatever it is you've been through, whatever it is you've had to overcome, whatever and whoever you've been fighting, at this moment, right now, you've won. You've beat. You've beaten every odd, every negative, every no, and every doubt, and you've made it to this seat in this building with your cap and gown on, a winner. And whether you have a job or graduate school or internships lined up and know exactly what you're going to do, or maybe just the opposite and you have no idea what's going to happen after you leave this ceremony today, I urge you to find beauty in your struggles. It's a poem that I love called Rebirth. I'll share it with you. It says, "There will be moments when you bloom fully and then wilt, only to bloom again. If we can learn anything from flowers, it is that resilience is born even when we feel like we are dying. So I encourage you to find strength every time you wilt. Find resilience every time you feel like dying. Find hope when you feel hopeless and wholeness even when you are feeling empty. Find love, find joy, find peace, and find beauty in your struggles until love, joy, peace, and beauty is all that remains." I can attest that through whatever struggles you may have encountered here at Elizabeth City State University, it's all been for one reason, and that was to bring you to this beautiful moment right here, right now. 2019 graduates, it has been an honor serving as your class president. It has been an honor being your classmate and an honor being your friend. There will be more struggles, but on the other side of them will be an end result of beauty. Believe me when I say, the best is yet to come. Viking pride, Viking pride, Viking pride.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wright. That speech just really touches you. It really, I felt that. Thank you so much. She is one of our amazing student leaders, and I know, senior class, I know you're proud that she represents you. At this time, it's my pleasure to bring to the podium Mr. Abdul Rashid, President of the National Alumni Association Board of Directors, who will administer the oath of allegiance to the university. Mr. Rashid.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. And thank you, Congressman Walker, for blessing these graduates with your presence here today and your presence here on our campus. Protocol having been established, I am sincerely honored and grateful for the opportunity to be here with you today, representing 128 years of graduates. You now join this special fraternity, this special club that represents the best of the best. If this university, so let me first congratulate you on this, your day, and your accomplishment, and congratulate all the parents, relatives, and friends that have supported and invested in these, your loved ones. We're here today to celebrate with you your accomplishment. And we, as alumni and graduates, know that if this university did for you what it did for us, and we know that it did, that you're closer to freedom. Yes, if this university did for you what it did for us, you're closer to more discernment, making better decisions, making good decisions. And we know that Elizabeth City State University did that for you. And when we talk about this freedom, when we saw those steps and that celebration, that's the freedom. That's the freedom. The good news is that as graduates and alumni, this university enable us to feed ourselves. And guess what? You now get to eat what you want. All those days you went to the cafeteria and the food wasn't what you thought it needed to be. Well, the good news is that you now, as a graduate and an alumni, get to eat what you want, if you can afford it. And lastly, as an alumni, this university taught us and enabled us to embrace the great religion's principle of be your brother's keeper. Be about the least of these. As you move out in the world, you absolutely now are equipped to make a difference. So be concerned about the homeless. Be concerned about the 700,000 individuals who recently have been determined as food insecure. Be and use your discernment. Make good decisions and make a difference in the world. If you would you please join me for the oath of allegiance as you join the National Alumni Association. Please stand. Would any alumni in the room also please stand and join with our newest members of our fraternity? If you would repeat after me, please, and state your name. I state your name. Hereby solemnly pledge unbroken allegiance to my alma mater. In appreciation for the opportunities for development afforded me as a student at Elizabeth City State University. I state your name. Pledge active membership in the National Alumni Association wherever I may be. Through association with my fellow alumni, I shall forever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of my alma mater. I state your name. Pledge as a person to exemplify high ideals by rendering positive and dignified service to the community, to the state, to the nation, and the world, thus living to bring honor and respect to my alma mater. Congratulations and Viking pride. Viking pride. Viking pride.
Okay, graduates. To the fall 2019 graduates, thank you for allowing Elizabeth City State University to be woven into the tapestry of your life. As you go forth, remember that you continue to be ambassadors for ECSU. I encourage you to tell our story, now your story. Share your Viking experience with someone so that they will be inspired to sit where you are now sitting, at the threshold of great opportunities. You will be successful, and I urge you to make a difference. Remember the lessons you learned both in and outside the classroom. Always remember to return to visit the university, your home. I wish you much success as you continue your life's journey. And one last thought, always remember, you entered these doors of ECSU to discover your passions, and now you leave to conquer your dreams. Viking pride, Viking pride, Viking pride. Congratulations, class 2019.
Please stand for the singing of the alma mater. That was beautiful. We have come to the conclusion of this ceremony, and we ask that everyone remain seated until our graduates and faculty exit. Chancellor Dixon. With your permission, I declare the 169th commencement convocation closed. Let us receive the benediction from Pastor Farabee.
Now unto him who is able to present us faultless before our Father with exceeding joy. To the only wise God our Father be glory, majesty, dominion, and power. I call you blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed in your coming, and blessed in your going. In the name of he who orders all of our steps, Viking pride, Viking pride, Viking pride.